ladies and gentlemen, glad to see you again. So for our first speakers in the afternoon, he is a doctor of philosophy of Zhejiang University in China. So he is a strategic research project coordinator in CPP, Indonesia. And he has published 5 papers. Let us welcome Dr. Rajiv Kumar to present his topic on benefits of plant protein. Dr. Rajiv, please.
Hi.
Hi, hello. Good evening, Dr. Rajiv.
Thanks. Can I share my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Rajiv. I'm representing CP Prima, and the topic for today is plant protein benefits in aquaculture. So a brief content, I'm going to talk introduction, then uses of plant protein in aquatic animals, then benefits and utilities of plant protein, and functional food amino acid. So in introduction part, I would like to emphasize on how the seafood and aquatic industry is increasing. Overall, if you see, the annual growth is about 8 to 9%. If we talk about 2018-19, but if I take the gradual increase and take example of one commodity, which is shrimp, you can see its continuous increase of 4.7% gradual increase. And if I just take example of Indonesia, you can see that shrimp is contributing almost 19%, and in terms of revenue or value, it's about 40%. So it's going to be more and more increase in the production, because it is generating revenue, and the employment to the country and other countries too. So this growth of aquaculture has resulted in an increased need of a specialized compound of aquafeed. Aquafeed rely much on fish meal and fish oil for the supply of major essential nutrients, such as essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, minerals, and attractants. The demand for fish meal and fish oil for aquaculture use is predicted to increase, consequently reducing its availability. So when the demand is increasing, and it's a natural resource, so the supply is keep on reducing, or limited supply is there. Now come to the protein requirements for aquatic animal, or animal in general. In order to meet the best growth performance of aquatic animals, it is very important for us to provide the indispensable amino acid IAA in sufficient quantities and in the right proportion. So far, scientists all over the world have found that there are 10 different kinds of IAA, which are phenylalanine, valine, isoleucine, methionine, leucine, tryptophan, lysine, threonine, arginine, and histidine. Conventional sources for protein substitutions in aquaculture. So there are, if we point out, there are 3 main protein sources which are used in feed, animal feed in general. It's animal nutrient sources, then plant nutrient sources, and microbial nutrient sources. So for decades, studies on fish meal replacements have been conducted, and scientists are going for the for the insects, for animal based replacements. And these studies assess not only the digestibility of feed and effects on growth with amino acid supplements, but also assess health status and flesh quality, that how the texture of the meat is, how is the increasing or decreasing the protein level in the meat, total energy, and also the cholesterol and creatinine level. If we look at the overall acceptance of plant-based protein and its sources, we can see from the graph, you can see worldwide and particularly of Indonesia, you can see there is gradual increase in the studies for last 20 years. And I have data for up to 2018, and you can see there is highest percentage of publications, which are on the oils, natural oils, or on plant proteins, or on herbs are going on. This data is only about the aquaculture. If we talk about country in particular, Indonesia, almost 46% of the farms, they use more or less herbal products. Come to India, there are many specific herbal extract based remedies for aquaculture and livestock which are coming in the market every day. China, especially after the ban on antibiotics in aquaculture, this has given ample chances for herbal extracts to mix in the feed or directly in the water to improve the immune system of aquatic animals and so the digestive system. This figure also demonstrates the popularity of herbs as an alternative and substitute of drugs in aquaculture and animal husbandry. Going to next, so plant-based ingredients. Plant-based sources are still the preferred alternatives for replacing fish meal in aquaculture feeds. Plant-based ingredients are used not only as a protein sources, but also for other nutritional and functional requirements, such as starch used as a binder. Soybean meal is a widely used plant protein source in aquaculture industry and is the most studied ingredient in terms of fish meal replacement. Focused research efforts are ongoing to access the suitability of other plant sources. So you can see from the table, all are soybean, and it has different protein percentage. These are the different sources, plant sources like soya concentrate, wheat gluten, corn gluten, soybean meal, rapeseed, sunflower, lupine, peas, fish meals, and it has different compositions of amino acids which are more or less competent to the existing fish meal. Now how we can correlate with the plant and the pathogen or the nutritional side, which I will talk a little bit. This is it's a theory of evolution, and on the right side I am trying to describe the different theories about the evolution. And when the pathogen like virus or bacteria, they mutate in terms of they mutate to survive, or it's a part of their evolution. In the same way, plants also go for evolution, and they have mutation in which they have the active ingredient or the ingredients which terpenes and sesquiterpenes. These are the ingredients which also develop and modify as per the evolution, and they are equally competent to go against or fight against these pathogens. So we work on this theory. Then come to why it's not going with one plant. You will see recently most of the herbal product or ingredients come in combination, that it is more than one type of sources are there. This is called theory of synergism. So it's not always 1 + 1 is 2, but 1 + 1 could be 11, 1 + 1 could be 111. So this also is the good concept in which we see that many extracts which were found to have a specific activity by themselves, a blend of each extract may enhance the required outcome, like 1 + 1 is 11. Bioactivity synergism between different preparation or compound may improve the effect of a specific blend or extract. So we have to be careful. 1 + 1 could be 11. 1 + 1 could also be 0 or -1. So we have to find the right combination, and right combination which can give us the best result. So on the right side, we're describing the same, how the process occurs. Now this trying to show this graphics that how it has the multiple benefits. When we follow the theory of synergism and the multiple effect which is happening inside the body, where body physiology also supports these natural ingredients to work in the most efficient way. So we are trying to show you from the different colored dots that it works as anti-stress response and anti-free radicals, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, and cellular signaling apoptosis up to that level. That's why there are reports that many herbs could have anti-cancer effect. Now come back to benefits in aquatic animals. So protein benefits. One of the main characteristics of aquatic animals is their use of amino acid as energy substrates. Why we eat, why animal consume food, all is to transform into energy. So the maximum or optimized energy, where you get the maximum level of energy, and then that energy converts into growth, and that gives the better FCR. So protein will reflect the anabolic phenomenon, growth of the fish or shrimp body. Protein requirements are the sum of the requirements for individual essential amino acids and the requirements for non-essential nitrogen. Some major benefits of protein in aquatic animal are improving growth performance, enhancing immunity, promoting the maturation and reproduction stage. That's what we look for. I would like to show you some of our studies, where we see that how plant extracts, the synergism, it helps against various pathogens. The model we are using is computerized in silico model, where we are showing you in this model that how it works, how the combination of natural ingredients, they work against AHPND Vibrio bacteria, and it binds to the proteins which are supposed to be the like PA and PB, which are the active site which of the toxin which causes mortality in shrimp, and how these active ingredients from the plant blend binds to them and make them inactive. In the second model, we would like to show you about the virus, which is it is foot and mouth disease virus, where we are showing the same how this protein is helping to bind the pathogenic sites, which are also protein based, to deactivate the virus. These are the different active components from the plants. We have some other publications which are also showing it affects on the white spot syndrome virus of shrimp and other pathogens. Now this one is about the protease. This requirement implies protein for maintaining the life-sustaining process like respiration, blood circulation, excretion, osmoregulation, and digestion movement. The maintenance requirement is the underlying metabolic needs of the organism under conditions allowing no growth, no weight change. All animals have relatively low yet absolute requirement for dietary protein to replace proteins lost in maintenance and metabolism. Here you can see that if we take example of katla or lebiorohita, which is rohu fish, the protein requirement in fingerlings or the babies are lower than the fry. Fries are more smaller, so smaller the fish, more requirements of protein are there, and it's more or less in all the species. These all are the freshwater fish. So maintenance requirement may be different, depends on the species and each growth. It is ranging from 0 to 5% of the body weight per day of diets containing either 25 to 35% of crude protein from casein to gelatin mixture. Protein requirement for growth can be expressed as a percentage of diet dry weight. The concentration of protein in the diet that produces maximum growth is the most used measure of protein required for growth of fish. The relative protein concentration required by fish or shrimp may be higher because fish need more protein for growth. Juvenile shrimp offer 32% protein diets, indicated requirement of about 46.4 gram DP per kg body weight. Shrimp offered 48% protein diet, which is generally in China. Indicated a protein requirement for maximum growth is 43.4 gram. I would like to show you one of the examples that when we started using from 2020, the plant ingredient in our feed, we can see that there is a continuous increase in the tonnage. We could get up to 20 ton per hectare. Survival rate is about 89% and lower FCR 1.24. Irrespective of the lower stocking density, you can see it's only 115, whereas in 2019 and 20 it was 130. We reduced it to 115 pieces per meter square, and also we can see that the harvesting size is lower, but because of the better survival and firm meat quality, we can get better productivity and also the tonnage. This is tilapia, where we can see that when we are mixing plant ingredient in the feed, we can get better tonnage and better survival, and so the FCR in both cage and in the tanks. This we can show you here on grass carp, where we can show that when we are adding plant ingredients in the feed, we can have better FCR 2.26 versus 1.27 or 0.97 at different concentration, and the survival rate also increases 91% compared to 80%. This I would like to show you a little bit on the animal side, on the quality of pork. And what we see, which is really interesting for me, is the cholesterol level is reduced while using the plant ingredients in the feed, and we get higher protein level and higher ash level, and total energy is and the fiber content increases, carbohydrate percentage increase, and also for your reference, you can see the uric acid level also reduced 1.78 compared to control, which was 2.92. And we also had the blind test of the meat, boiling pork, and people, they like the meat which was grown on the plant ingredients. So on the reproduction, it is known that reproductive performance as well as egg quality in fish or shrimp is affected by several factors such as nutritional status, stress, egg over-ripening, genetics, age of broodstock, water quality, and environmental factors. Like there are multiple factors which can affect Then later in maturation period, muscle protein appears to provide the major energy source. The depletion of muscle protein was mostly masked in females. by an increase in ovary protein and in males by rapid secondary sexual development. So how it affects, I would like to show you one which trial was conducted in Vietnam by our colleague Dr. Kwa, and he found that the sperm count increased up to 25% after 3 weeks of consumption of essential oil based on plant based diet. These are the list of functional amino acids, which is, which are, how they are significantly important for different species of fish. Here, I would like to, emphasize you on how we can have value-added products, using the plant, how we can utilize plant protein or plant ingredients. Recently I attended one conference in India, Aqua India, and this presentation is from the Vice President of MPDA, Marine Product Exports Development Agency, and this number 1 and number 2, gave much enlightened to me. First is a special feed. So this is called, herb feed or herb shrimp. So from herb feed they produce herb shrimp, which is having a special ingredients which are combination of herbs, and it gives which reduces the uses of fish meal or other ingredients, and it is giving like lemongrass shrimp or olive oil or ginger shrimp, like that. So this is from the Japanese buyer who are trying to get exotic shrimp with this kind of addition. The continuation of that is the aroma or flavored shrimp. So it's the same way it is added, and herbal shrimp is produced. This generally is done by adding the special diet in shrimp for last 30 days of culture, where shrimp gets a kind of texture, aroma, and also the flavor. I think this is a new idea which is coming up, and this will boost the uses of plant protein in general in the shrimp and fish industry. This one more thing which I saw, that uses of plant-based products are helping to reduce the methane emissions. And one of the examples which was given by Dr. George Chamberlain was that red seaweed supplementation reduces enteric methane by over 80% in beef steers, or 2% in cow's diet can reduce methane emission by 80%. So these are the excellent uses and benefits of plant protein, which I wanted to share and discuss with you all. I would like to thank my company CP Prima for giving me this opportunity, and Lachance for this opportunity. Thanks a lot, Benjamin.
Thanks, Dr. Rajiv, for your presentation. So I think you introduced a lot of information on functional of proteins and functional amino acid. And also I heard you have one trial on the essential oil. So that's good. Later, maybe you can discuss a bit. So now we have a few questions, Dr. Rajiv. The first, I think, let me check. So the first, okay, give me a minute. So, let me check. So can I have a clarify? Okay. The first question. So can you please correlate the effect of plant protein percentage on shrimp acceptance? I think maybe the percentage is 30% or 40%, and also performance. This is from Ramnak in the Q&A box.
Thanks for the question. I could see that. So, this is that, our scientists and scientific team have been working for long. It's been over 10 years. So, because we are based in Indonesia, we don't have HPND here. So we started working in Vietnam since 2011, and there we established, the optimum dose, and which can reduce the possibilities of getting shrimp infected by HPND, and also it could give the best optimum growth and the color, because if this plant protein also enhances, or I would say it brings back the natural color of shrimp or texture. So you will feel, oh, while using this these products, shrimp have better texture and sweetness.
Okay. So another question is, as we all know, if too much soya protein in the feed, in the aquatic feed, especially for the shrimp, it may cause problems like enteritis and the slow growth, and also maybe the low efficiency of the feed. So what's your opinion or comments on this and how to solve such kind of problem?
Yes, in most of these plant origin products have some anti-nutritional factors. So we have to develop which can balance it, which can neutralize the effect. And I believe most of the scientists or the feed formulators, they know it, and they make it. So in general, I would not tell that because soybean has been used for a long time, soybean meal, and we don't see in our shrimp or fish there is enteritis due to soybean. I think this could happen maybe long back, but not now.
Oh, no. Okay, I see. So one more question. I saw in your presentation, you mentioned that EO is essential oil, right? For the pond guard or what, how effective it is for the shrimp farming? Because, in China this year, HPND in south of China is very, very, very common. So frankly to say, we have lost south of China, we lost 80% of mud pond shrimp. Now we start restocking. Okay, this is very serious. So far, I think based on your presentation, I saw the Indonesia, the survival rate is pretty high. It's more than 80%, or some reach 86%. So
right.
You share some critical and important things to us.
Well, I would say, that what we call it, a new normal standard operational procedure. So it's like a package I will share later with you, which our company has developed, where we go with the better pond preparation. We have to apply more lime. Then we have reservoir, where we have to sanitize the water, which before it was 30%, now we have increased to 33 to 35% water holding. And then on the culture side, we reduce the stocking density. If you know about Indonesia, before we used to stock 120 to 150 pieces per meter square. Now we reduced to 80 to 65. So it's low. And then we go for partial harvest. Partial harvest is to maintain the carrying capacity, so we don't overload the ponds. Then the best thing what we do here is siphoning. It's a kind of pond bottom cleaning, the same way how you clean the aquarium. When aquarium doesn't have the filter, we use the suction pipe and we clean the aquarium. In the same way, our farmers here do pond bottom cleaning. Before it was after a month or two. Now we started from second week, because we found that when the culture starts after 2 weeks, there will be some organic material settling down at the bottom, and that creates environment for EHP and for Vibrio. So that actually helps to take out. So we have to, yes, we have to do more labor work, and above all, we have reduced the size of the pond. So now the average size you will find in Indonesia is almost like 2,000 to 3,000 square meter. Previously it used to be half hectare or 1 hectare. So this we have changed the management practice, and that is helping us. So it's complete. Of course, Pond Guard and EcoGuard are helping there. It's a complete package, I would say.
Yes, I fully agree, because we need the good pond preparation, we need to sterilize the water, we need the good quality of SPF, PL, and good management, and never overfeeding, good quality of the feed. So this is every point is also very, very important. Okay, so one more question.
Yes, please.
With plant-based extract, is it possible to reduce various microbial disease in fishes? What are your views about control of ecto and endoparasite control?
Yeah. So again, when it comes to parasite, it's more difficult job, because it becomes more mechanical than immunity. Mostly we are focused on the viral and bacterial pathogens. We have less experience so far on the parasite, especially the external parasites. I guess this question is from India, where where we have to maintain more on the biosecurity side. We have to make sure that the water should not be contaminated, the water entering to the pond. And for things still, chemicals are working better than the plant, because a plant cannot be so strong and aggressive to kill the the parasite, which are generally bigger in size. So we have to plant is a kind of mild thing. So for the strong, this kind of killing the parasite, killing the big ectoparasites, we have to use chemicals or mechanical things. Like sometimes, suppose for leaves, we from fresh water we put in the salty water, and then these lices come out, and then you make it get rid of lice in tilapia or in carps. So still those methods are more productive. And we also have to think on the cost, because when we talk about fish, Mr. Benjamin, as the cost of these are the cost of production of these fish when it carps are quite low. So if you suggest something expensive to the farmer, it may not fit to their budget. So
Yeah.
so we have to find the best way how to solve their issue. Maybe we will interact with Mr. Srinivas and Mr. Shivi, and we'll see how we can help them. So please be in contact with them, and we will work together to find the best solution for them if we could.
Okay, that's great. Yes, because for the farmers, for the farming, they need to make money. So I think we can give the best ROI to them. That is the best way for the farmers. And one more question also from Shivi. In one of trials, essential oil application to reduce fat and cholesterol evident. What do you suggest about usage of essential oil in salmon?
Again, also
from many.
I would say we haven't we don't have experience with salmon. It will be a new area. But what experience we are getting is on white shrimp, which is Vaname, then on tilapia, common carp, then on pangasius fish, then on pig and chicken. So here we see, there is significant reduction on uric acid level and creatinine level and on cholesterol, in the meat and also in the blood. So I feel, there are mechanisms which are working well with the plant ingredients which are able to reduce this. I guess it will be the same for salmon, but I don't have direct, data and experience with salmon.
Okay, I think Manny, you can talk to Dr. Javier Gonzalez. I think he has a lot of experience about the salmon, about the trout. He from Chile, so later you can communicate through email or through WhatsApp. Okay, so I think that's all for Dr. Rajiv. Thanks for your sharing and thanks for your patiently answer our questions. See you next time.
谢谢。